Welcome to Buck Don't Know Shit. Today we are going to do a drum brake assembly on the 1965 Thunderbird. A few things to go over, probably with any drum brake system, but specifically on my Ford Thunderbird, the parking brake lever. This pin on it is 3/8 .373 wide to be exact, so 200 thousandths less than 3/8, which is 0.375. This hole that came on my brake shoes was 0.343, so that's like 11/32, so slightly smaller. So I did have to, and it's not a press fit, you're not going to press that in there, because my old drums, it was 3/8, it was 0.375, so just slightly bigger than the pin. So I drilled these out, so that may be something you have to do. Just don't fight this. If it is, just check the diameter of it. It may be actually bigger than the hole that comes on the shoe. Make sure you drill it in the right one. This is the long one, it goes in the back. That's where the parking brake bracket will go. So, or lever, I guess. So as far as what you get in a simple kit versus what you need to keep, I did not get the spring for the, goes on the end of this guy. This is another device, part of the parking brake system. It clamps on there, goes across and pushes the drum on the other side also, but you need this spring as part of it. It does not come with this. This is your cable that works your self adjuster. So it goes, the cable rides over the top of that. So you need to keep this. You need to keep the cable, which I don't know where I have that extra cable. It is around here somewhere, but I'll show you on the other side. It is this guy right here. So if it's in good shape, you can reuse it. I just greased it up. Mine was in good shape. Be reusing that. The clip that goes with the self-adjuster rocks and hits these and works the self-adjuster. You'll need to keep this retainer clip that goes at the top below your springs, and you'll need to keep the self-adjuster. And I have cleaned mine up. I have not worked this one yet, but I'm about to. I have worked the other one. It does come with these clips that hold the parking brake lever in place. So I got that clip. You get your 3 springs, and you get your retaining clips right here. You actually get some extra ones of those. So yeah, the kits don't come with a whole lot. Another thing they don't come with on the drum cylinders, so the drum cylinders actually don't come with the push rods, so you need to keep the push rods. And I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, they come just like this, no push rods. So this is my self-adjuster, one of them. I still got to put on the passenger side, and I went ahead and worked it all the way up and down and greased it up real good after I cleaned it. Make sure you can free spin these by hands with no effort all the way up and down. Another thing, which I got to find, this end right here, see it's missing on this one. The kit doesn't come with those, and that is somewhere. I have seen it. There it is. Stuck on my old shoe. But yeah, so that is what you need to keep and reuse. And if yours is messed up, any of these components, then you're gonna have to buy new ones. They don't come in the kit like this. Just a heads up on what you may need. Another thing I have found is a must. This is a $12 tool, and you really only need this. Well, you need this end and this end. I haven't figured out a good use for that. I did see a tool a guy had that had this end and this end on one rod, and that's all you need. You do need some kind of spring removal and adding tool, and they are a little scary the first time you use them, but you'll be okay. You'll figure it out. Also, make sure on these Fords that the long shoe that goes, see how the pad is longer, goes on the back of your drum, and that is also where your parking brake lever will attach. One other thing to note on your self adjusters, you will have a right and a left side for both it and the clip. I don't know if you can see it on there, right there, there's an R. Right side of the car, which is passenger side, right side, looking from the rear forward. So the thing is, these are threaded backwards. It's like a reverse thread on the right side, the left side's a standard thread. So just to let you know, there are specific sides for these two devices, so just something to keep in mind. And if you're looking for the R, it is underneath this piece right here, so you will have to pull that off to find it. So here we are, a couple things I've done. Bolted this drum cylinder. Bolts go through the back here, real simple, don't really need to show you that. Saved my bolts from the old one because they didn't come with these. And the push rods, took these from the old ones, kind of cleaned them up, put a little grease on them, and got them in place. It is best probably when you're putting these in first time, put them both in at the same time, so you're not pushing that cylinder back and forth as much. Sanded the paint off of these pads. This is where your shoes kind of ride, and put some grease on each one of them. And yeah, that's about it. First thing I'm gonna do, and probably what you should do too, this is easier to get on when it's loose. It's also easier to go ahead and feed your parking brake cable in the drum before you get everything in the way. And you're just gonna slide this spring back. Easier said than done, of course. And put it on there like that. Just clamps it into place, and we'll slide that behind the shoe when we get it up here. Put the shoes on first. So first thing you're going to need is a little pin with a little T-slot, retention spring, and a cap. Nothing to that. Clip in there. Make sure our shoe is the correct way. Looks like it is. Well, that looks correct. And there is a tool for these. I don't have one. So on the other side, I've done this on the bench, and maybe a little easier to kind of get these in place on a bench if you have that luxury. At least get these clips on. Really not that as hard as I made it look, just sometimes getting them lined up is a little difficult. Now, I will say, if you haven't done this before, you're going to be realizing real quick, you're going to be like, well, everything is feels like it's not in the right place and it's wanting to fall, and you're going to be like, this can't be right. But I promise you, it more than likely is right. And you'll see when you start getting more components on, more of the springs on, things will start sitting in place better. Same thing happened to me. It's just, I think it's just part of it. So we'll go ahead and get the other shoes. I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and put this in place. And there is a little plastic washer that goes behind it. Slides in there real easy, nothing to it. And then you have your little clip, which slides down there as it is slotted. And I have been using needle nose pliers to put these on. So it clips in no problem, and then you just pinch the ends best you can. They're pinched, they're not great. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, like I said, you're gonna be doing a lot of cussing with this, so it's gonna feel like it's not in the right place, but it will end up all in the right place. Let's get the front shoe on. And again, as I mentioned a few times now, the front shoe is the shorter pad. We'll go on the front side. This is the front of my car going this way, in case you can't tell. Another pin. As you can see, if you had a tool for this, it would make life much easier. But I don't, so I'm going to do it the hard way. As we do most things here. I need to bend this pin just a hair. There we go. Finally, nothing to it, see? Yeah, that is in there now. Okay. Just full disclosure, and I'm not going to show you everything I fucked up, but I did do this and that backwards. It's supposed to be on the back side of the drum brake. I don't know how. On the first one I did, like I literally got the whole thing done in an hour, didn't have any mistakes. You know, and I didn't film that side because first time doing it, I thought, well, I'll film the second one, I'll have it down. Well, I have struggled way more with this second one than I did the first one for some reason. I don't know why. So now I've got to take both these springs off because I've got to get this over there. Well, mainly I got to get this clip in over here, which when I was putting this on, I was like, man, I don't remember it being so close to this. But now I know why, because it's supposed to go on this side. And I realized that whenever I was trying to put this clip on, it only goes on this side. So then I was like, shit, let me go look. So I'm not going to show you me taking this apart, but I will pick up probably, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably just kind of fly through it all as if it's the first time doing it, and then we'll pick up putting this on. So yeah, gonna try to do it correct. The only thing I will be retaining, I guess, are these guys will stay in place, and my parking brake clip. Okay, think we've been here before, but this is going to be the final assembly, I'm pretty sure. Gonna do this correct this time. I've got my clip in place. Actually, I think that's supposed to hang that way. Actually look pretty good. Up. Okay. So got the clip in place. Putting my guide wire on towards the back of the car, and then the little cable guide, I guess you'll call it, fits in the hole right there, the same hole that the spring goes in. So the cable goes on first, then we get our little spring, stick it in the hole, kind of twist it around. This first one's going to go underneath. And we use our little scary tool. This is about my 5th time on this set of drum brakes, so I should be pretty good at it by now. Ah, I missed it. Damn it. Nothing to it. Cable is actually in the right spot. It's good. Now, get our little parking brake extension, spring on it. This is the part where you gotta get everything in place just right. Before you put this last spring on it. Yeah. And basically it means getting this bar in, locked in with the spring on it, and getting this on your push rod. And make sure it's lined up around the little, I guess, hub that they ride on. And that looks pretty, it's really good actually. That is where it goes. We will put the, you have to excuse the noise in the background. I don't know, my deep freeze decided to become noisy all of a sudden. Thinking I need to clean the compressor coil on it, probably. I'll drag it out a little bit and look at it. Oh, go on there, baby. There we go. Nothing to it. Everything's in place. Now we just work on the lower end, the adjustment. Put the last spring on it. And I did grease this, get it all ready to go earlier. And again, the gear side of it goes towards the rear of the car. Make sure that it is free spinning, and this hooks on there. You want that to ride in the teeth there. So your cable hooks on one side, your spring's going to hook on the other. And I had to use the old springs on the other side, just because of the way turn made it easier for some reason. I was not able to get the new ones on there. It seemed like they were twisted the wrong way. And that looks like it is all in place. Odds are in their slots and centered up, and yeah, that's it. It's a lot easier when you do it right. So, and you've done it about 5 times, taking it on and off. So yeah, that's it. The drum brake is assembled. I'm going to undo these nuts here and put my axles back in, and then we'll be done with this. I will say this has been a successful day. Drums are in place. Don't know if they work yet. I'm pretty sure they will. Got to believe the brakes got to actually run brake lines and put in a master cylinder and a brake booster and brake pedal, and yeah, I mean, it'll be a little while before I know if they work, but I think they will. They look correct, not dragging bad. It does have brand new pads on it, so it's a little, you know, contact, I believe, but we'll adjust that when we get everything bled. But man, it has been a good day. I feel good about everything, and yeah, I'm gonna celebrate with an adult beverage, a Yingling Light, and maybe I'll put a little 3-in-1 oil in it, just a couple of drops, just make me feel manly.